how we prepare for -71°C, -95 Fahrenheit winter. That is awful. Lord have mercy.
Meet Georgi, a resident of a small remote village in Yakutia, one of the coldest inhabited places on Earth. This year, winter arrived a month early for Georgi and his family. By September,
imagine a hot tub right there, guys. That would be phenomenal.
First snow had already covered the land, freezing the quiet village streets. In just a month, winter will return in full force, with temperatures dropping to a brutal -60°C. So Georgi must get his family ready. In Yakutia, heating isn't comfort, it's survival. Without it, a house can freeze solid in less than an hour.
Oh! Why do you live here, dude? Oh my lord, man.
So every morning before his children wake up, Georgi tends to his stove. Georgi and Tatiana have 3 children, 4-year-old Anyuta, 2-year-old Evgeny, and their oldest, 12-year-old Eva, who studies far from home at a boarding school. Anyuta and Evgeny attends a tiny nursery with only 4 children in total, yet it stays open every day, no matter how cold it gets. Parents wrap their children in layer of warm clothing, and life goes on, because in Yakutia, the cold is simply a way of life. They live in a tiny village of just 60 people.
You can't even see the freaking road. And they said that school is open no matter how cold it is. So there's like a whole blizzard outside. It's just raining down on you. But no. You still gotta go to school. Like in Texas, and there's one little particle of snow. It's a whole week off for us. But for them, it gotta be like 25 deaths, and then maybe they'll cancel school.
Hidden deep in the Siberian forest, there are no supermarkets, no hospitals, and no police. If something happens, families must rely entirely on themselves. That's why every autumn everyone prepares carefully, stocking up on firewood, food and supplies, and insulating their homes to survive the long, bitter cold. After dropping the children off at the nursery, Georgi goes to help his neighbor insulate the barn for the cattle. In this small, remote community...
Wow, the cattle can't even be inside the cold, so they had to build a whole entire house for it.
Everyone helps each other, especially when the long, harsh winter is near. In Yakutia, people survive together, not alone. Keeping animals alive and warm through the winter is hard work that few could handle. The barn must be sealed tightly against the frost. To insulate it, Georgi uses an old traditional method passed down through generations, covering the walls with cow dung. To many people, this may sound unusual, but once dried, cow dung becomes completely odorless, solid and highly insulating. It's also antibacterial and naturally insect-repelling, making it a surprisingly effective and sustainable building material. For centuries, the Yakutia...
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're always doing something. Because where I live, we don't gotta do this. So at the end of the day, they're never bored. They always have something to do. And that could be actually pretty fun, in my opinion, always having to do something.
People have relied on this simple yet clever technique to keep their barns warm and their animals safe through the coldest winters on Earth. A way of surviving in a climate where modern materials often fail.
Wait, look, there's actually a good amount of people living there. Do y'all see that? Wow. But that is beautiful, though. there's no police, no nothing. So basically, if you have a heart attack, you're basically dead. If something major happens to you, there ain't no hospital to go to. If you steal something, what even happens? Do they just kill you or hang you? I mean, there's no police, no nothing.
After helping his neighbor, Georgi returns to his own home. The family doesn't live here yet. The house is still under renovation, and he wants to finish before the real cold sets in.
I love how it's already insanely cold, and they're saying he wants to make it done before the real winter comes. Like, this is not even cold to them. If this happened in Texas, everybody would be freaking out.
Today, Georgi is insulating the roof with soil. He carries heavy bags filled with dark soil and spread it across the top of the house. It may look unusual, but this is an old Yakut method that works perfectly in the Arctic cold. When the temperature drops, the soil freezes and forms a thick, solid layer. It traps the worms inside and blocks the freezing wind from getting through the roof. The frozen earth becomes a natural armor that protects the house from the cold. Georgi also pours soil around the foundation to keep the floor from freezing. If you look closely, you will notice that between the logs, people in Yakutia use moss or jute fiber to seal every tiny gap. With no central heating, the family uses an electric convector, spending about $250 a month in winter. That's why good insulation is so important. It helps reduce heating costs and keeps the bills from going sky high.
That is gorgeous, though. It is stunning. What I would do if I was here, I would so go on this lake because it's definitely frozen and just start running very fast and just slide. That would be super fun.
After finishing the work around the house, Georgi and Tatiana drive 120 kilometers to the nearest town.
Jeez, that's a lot! Dude, that's 100 miles! 100 miles to go to the closest supermarket!
The only place where they can buy proper winter clothing. In this part of the world, an ordinary jacket or pair of city boots simply won't survive. Locals shop only from specialized Arctic brands.
Okay, so these people are not completely out of touch in the real world. They actually go to towns and things like that. That's smart.
Designed for life in temperatures that can freeze steel and turn breath into snow. Georgi needs a full set: winter trousers, a heavy jacket, boots, a hat, and mittens.
That is expensive. I already know it's gonna be super bad.
But even this gear will only last through early winter.
What? Only one winter? Wait, how bad can these winters possibly be?
When January and February arrive and the temperature drops to its lowest, people switch to fur clothing because no synthetic material can truly stand against Yakutia's brutal cold. But warmth here comes
Oh my god! Look how serious he
at a
looks!
price. A full fur outfit can cost up to $5,000 per
Ow! Oh! Damn!
person, and locals often save for years to afford one.
Oh, okay, so it's not every winter, but didn't she just say it's every winter they buy a new one?
Today, Georgi spent about $800 on his new set of winter clothing, enough to face the coming weeks of frost. After returning home from the town, Georgi and Tatiana don't rest for long. It's time to think about food for the day. Living deep in the wild, people here rely on hunting and fishing for their food. In October, Georgi uses an old fishing method called charokh, the same...
See, that's what I'm saying. This is a lake, but it's so freaking cold. It's just purely frozen. It's so fun to go and just slide on the river, but it could be super dangerous also. If you ever see a frozen river, do not go on it if it's kind of cold or kind of frozen. Because what can happen is you're walking and then and you fall and die.
on his
But negative 95, for sure, the lake is frozen.
father taught him when he was a boy. First, Georgi and Tatiana go to a small lake to catch minnows, tiny fish used as a bait. Georgi places a raw dough inside a basket and leaves it in the water overnight. The next day they return to collect the catch.
What did he get?
Then they drive to the river. Georgi drills several holes in the ice and gently threads the live minnows onto a line, lowering them back under the ice so they can keep moving. Then
But the thing is, those fish are so small.
they wait. During the cold Yakut nights, burbot, a fish that hides deep in the river, comes out to hunt. If they are lucky, by morning it takes the bait.
Man, guys, that is so much work for just one fish. How do you feed a family with just one fish? In my opinion, I would hunt wolves. There's probably some major fat big wolves out here.
On the third day, Tatiana and Georgi return to the river, hoping for a catch.
Here we go.
This ancient method takes time, patience, and a lot of hard work.
Oh!
Huge! Damn, they're getting lucky. Never mind, they're getting a ton of fish.
Oh, wow!
After 3 days of effort, they catch 6 burbots.
That's actually not too bad. That's actually a pretty good amount of food for your family.
Tired but happy, they return home with food for the week, a gift from
That's for
Mother
the week? Oh Lord, man. Yeah, I could definitely live here.
Nature herself. October is also the time when farmers butcher their cattle for winter. It's an old Yakut tradition. Families buy fresh meat, divide it into portions, and freeze it for the month ahead. Georgi just brought home a large piece of meat, which Tatiana will store and freeze
Okay, so basically they're gonna kill the cattle right before winter, so then they can have it ready for winter, because probably they can't even go outside. I would not want to be here. Yeah, I mean, this is before winter, and this is them prepping for it. So imagine how bad it gets when it's actually winter. Lord have mercy.
for the winter. Tatiana and Georgi have been together for 12 years, doing everything side by side, working, building, raising children, and preparing for winter. In a place shaped by long, harsh winters, life without love, care, and support will be impossible. Together, they built their cozy wooden house by the river, pouring all their love and warmth into it. They name it after Tatiana's beloved grandfather.
I could so imagine these people love life because they're always busy. Think about it. Like for us, to get food, all you have to do, for me personally, is go downstairs and I have a fridge with a ton of food. But for these people, they have to make a hole in the river, put the bait inside, wait 3 days, and then maybe they get food. And it makes you so much more happy when you get food. And it makes you so much more grateful. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're never bored and they're always happy. Because if I eat right now, I'm not gonna be happy because I can always eat. But for them, if they catch something and they eat food, they're super happy because they have food for the week. You know what I mean? I mean, they're probably very grateful for everything.
As a tribute to family and their ancestors. Today, they welcome travelers from all over the world to stay in their home and experience what life is like in one of the coldest places on Earth. But life here isn't easy. Living in such an extreme climate means facing challenges every single day, even something as simple as food. In this frozen land, fresh fruits and vegetables are a luxury. Apples, bananas, and tomatoes rarely reach this far, and when they do, their prices are often higher than meat. So locals rely on what nature gives them, lingonberries, potatoes, carrots, and herbs gathered during the
I could not imagine being a farmer on these lands. It gotta be impossible. How can you possibly grow any sort of plant or blueberry or strawberry? It's impossible. It's freezing 24/7.
short northern summer. In October,
I mean, they are kind of rich though, guys. I mean, they got a freezer, they got nice lights, decorations. It's not like they're living poorly. They're living very nice too.
Tatiana and Georgi spend their days pickling, salting, and freezing everything they've harvested.
And then another question I have is how they have all this money to afford $800 worth of clothes and a freezer and those sort of things. I mean, they don't have a job. Like, do they sell cattle or something? I don't understand.
Storing the taste of summer to survive the long, dark month ahead.
So much food. This is not a lot of food, guys. This is a food for a whole entire month. Because in winter, they can't go outside. They can't get cattle. They can't get plants. They can't do anything. So they have to have this food ready for winter or they die.
Now, Georgi and Tatiana are heading on their daily mission to collect water for drinking and washing. For drinking water, they drive about 8 kilometers to a natural spring where they fill large containers with crystal clear water. They do this while it's still autumn before the river freezes. In just a few weeks, the water will turn the solid ice, sometimes up to 2 meters thick. Locals then harvest ice from the river, cutting
Jesus, 2 meters. I don't know how much that is. That's a lot, guys.
it into large blocks and storing it outside. Later, they melt it for drinking and cooking.
But what scares me is if you're just walking and then you see 4 wolves. I mean, they will kill you.
In their village, there are no water pipes or running water. Building such systems in Yakutia is almost impossible. The land is frozen for most of the year, and laying underground pipes through permafrost is extremely expensive. Yakutia is also huge, almost the size of India, and many villages are simply too remote for centralized utilities. So people here still live in a traditional way. Georgi and Tatiana use river water for cleaning, washing, and daily chores. When it comes to bathing, families don't have showers or hot water lines. Instead, they have their
I mean, if you're gonna take a shower, just jump in the lake. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. You totally won't die of hypothermia.
own wooden banya, a traditional Russian-style sauna built beside the house. Once a week, they heat it with firewood, bring in buckets of river water, and enjoy a few hours of real warmth and steam. Here, even simple things like washing or collecting water take effort and time. In the afternoon, Georgi and Tatiana drive 40 kilometers to pick up.
Jesus, they're driving so much. Like, how do they get gas? How do they get all these supplies? I don't understand. Do they have a job or something? Like, I might be stupid, but how do they afford gas? And then how do they get the clothes? And how do they get money? They have to have some sort of job. The only way I can imagine they get money is cattle or food. But even like they said, they don't get that much.
Eva from her boarding school. They can't wait to see her. The week always feels long without her at home, and every Saturday becomes a special day for the whole
Oh, wow. So for a whole week, they don't even see her?
family. There are no grocery store in their village, so every trip like this is important. Today they need to buy a box of bread, enough to last for the week. In a place where the nearest store is 40 kilometers away, even bread must be planted and stored carefully for the days ahead.
Yeah, but how do they buy it? I don't understand.
After shopping, they drive to Eva's boarding school. Every Saturday feels like a small celebration, the day their family becomes complete again. Eva studies far from home because there are no schools in their own village, and driving 80 kilometers every day will be too difficult.
Jesus. She's very lucky to have great parents also, man. A lot of children wouldn't even go to school. They would just work. So she's very lucky.
Especially in winter, when temperatures fall to minus 50 degrees Celsius. Yet, even in such cold, life here doesn't stop. Children still go to school. Back home, the work never really ends. Tatiana begins to do the laundry. There is no running water here, so Georgi and Tatiana use the water.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not fully away from reality or like away from civilization. I mean, they go to the supermarket, they buy things from the supermarket, and they do those sort of things. They have a washing machine, they have a freezer.
They brought from the river earlier. As the day comes to end, the family gathers around the table for dinner. After a long week apart, Eva is finally home, and the house feels alive again, filled with laughter, the smell of warm food, and the quiet joy of being.
That must feel so freaking cozy also, guys. Lord have mercy. There's not a feeling that's better than being in the freezing cold, then going inside, it's super warm.
Together. This is everyday life in Yakutia. Simple, quiet, and strong. Every day is a battle against the cold, yet the people here never complain. They live in the full harmony with nature, respecting its power, its silence, and its beauty. For them, Yakutia is not just a place to live, it's their mother, their pride, and their greatest love, a way of life.
I mean, man, they're living life. They got always something to do. They're grateful for everything. They got TV. They're living it, man.
They will never
Jeez.
trade for anything.
Would I live there? Yeah, I would.